Hello, YouTubers and random people of the internet. It's me, Ozzy, and today I'm just going to be discussing with you today where I've been and what this channel is going to be from now on. Well, I don't know. Am I going to discuss that? I'm just going to talk about life and stuff. We all know that this whole lockdown thing is happening again, at least in the UK. So hopefully that will give me time to do like maybe some more videos. I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll see how it goes. But I'll just be prepared to stop and watch and listen to this video because I've got quite a bit to say to do with why I've not been making videos and just why the output is going to be quite slow over the next few months, maybe even possibly a year. Who knows? We got Matthew Stop Motions. Hey, hello. I think I might have seen your videos at some point. I think you commented on. I remember you commented on one of my videos. I think I checked out your channel. 3D Dan. Oh my god! I actually managed to catch me on a stream for once. I'll take that as a compliment. A compliment. Thank you very much, 3 Dan. Hope you are both having a good day. So, just to get into it, uni is kind of a massive reason I'm not making videos that much because it takes up more time than you think. I think it takes up all my time. Then I realize, oh crap, I've got another piece of homework. So it all piles up, and you just find yourself too tired to make any YouTube videos. But now with this lockdown thing, work is going to stop because I work in a bar, and obviously I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'm going to replace that time with doing some YouTube videos because I've got a few up my sleeve, which I'll go into in a bit. But I'm going to follow this list to a T because if I go off on a tangent, then I know I'll miss stuff out. I usually do. It's very hard to manage my time at the moment between work and videos, but that's just life. That happens to everybody. I completely accept that. So let's right off the bat, the Doctor Who figure adventures, which I did start a couple of months ago. I've not had any time to film really since because, long story short, it's been a pain trying to get hold of the action figures for the stop motion because originally I wanted to do the Ice Warriors as new series Ice Warriors. But obviously in 5-inch, there's a guy which upscaled an Ice Warrior, a new series Ice Warrior, and he 3D. No, he didn't. That's a lie. He upscaled it, took a cast, and then started making copies. But for some reason, he never. We just stopped replying to our messages. So that was really irritating because I really wanted some new series Ice Warriors for this stop motion. Another reason why it's taken so long is because people just do not deliver when you're trying to get voices from them. It doesn't apply to everybody, and yes, I know people are busy, but it gets to a point where it gets very frustrating. You have to keep bugging people to get the voices, and I've not got voices from anybody yet. I don't think. That's a lie. One person, but I might actually be. I don't know whether I'm going to recast that person because I got sent another audition, which was slightly better, but we'll see how it goes. So filming block 2, we'll have the Ice Warrior caves. I'm just going to have to settle for classic Ice Warriors, even though I'm not a massive fan of the classic design as much as the new series one. I'm a traitor, but it is what it is. Let me have a read. I get you, man. School's really messed up for your upload schedule, but to be honest, I would be livid if they closed again. Yeah, I understand it, man, because you've got to have some structure in your life. You can't. Lockdown for me was too much. It was too much free time. You think to yourself, I wish I had all the free time in the world to do whatever I wanted. And the truth of the matter is, you really don't because you just don't have a structure. You don't have rules to follow, and it kind of messes with your mind because you just don't structure things properly. And I have OCD, so that makes it all a billion times worse for me. But that's a topic for another day, and possibly on my new channel, which I'll talk about in a minute. And hello, Dalek Apocalypse, long-time viewer. My family sent you mad into lockdown, and I'll just... Yeah, I get you, dude. I really do. So the figure adventures. Hopefully filming block 2 will start. It'll be at the ice caves, and the last scene is... I can't tell you what happens in the last scene, but it leads into the next figure adventure story, which will probably come out next year, let's face it. What with my schedule. So that's that. Oh, no, that's not that. because I got one thing to show off. An Ice Lord body. You might recognize this from my old figure adventure, but I now do have the amazing 3D printed Ice Lord kit from, I forget the name of the sculptor on Instagram. 3D modeled it, and then Nathan Moore 3D printed it, and I got them for free because I won a competition. So that was really cool. My only issue is that the chest plate is too big, so I'm going to be sculpting my own chest plate. Yes, I decapitated him because the head I made was absolutely terrible. So right, that's the figure adventures. I think I've waffled on about that for long enough. So the new Doctor Who sets, which were announced through B&M, I'll just give you my quick thoughts because I was going to do a reaction video, but I just glossed over. It just went over my head, really, to be honest. Now I've had time to absorb it. I am a little bit annoyed. I did email Character Options. I emailed the PR team because I'm on their mailing, and I just said, "Yo, what gives? What's wrong with this Imperial Dalek?" And they said, Al will cover it in the next reveal video. So it's one of those things where it is kind of annoying because you think surely you can just fund just the tooling for a new shoulder piece. I really do not see the issue. But then again, I don't work in the toy industry, so I probably talking out my ass. Maybe it costs a lot more than it would gain them. You don't know these things, but I can still get a little bit mad as a fan. But when I get them, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sand the mesh away and repaint it myself, so it isn't too much. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's still quite aggravating. And the Witches Familiar set looks good. I wasn't originally going to get it, but then I realised the 12th Doctor is a new variant. And I thought, well, why not? Okay. So another thing, getting off Doctor Who, I apologise. I know people are going to click off the video. I think Character Options are run by the Mafia. I'm not going to lie. It would certainly make a lot of sense. I've got off of social media. I don't know whether you guys know or have noticed. I kind of Instagram wasn't really doing anything for me. I was kind of okay. Homework for you guys. Really is worth it. There is shit. I forgot what it's called. I will type it on Google. There's a documentary on Netflix which I think you guys should watch. Not to change your minds or anything, just to get you thinking about it. Called The Social Dilemma. It's very interesting. I definitely recommend you watch it. There's this guy called Jaron Lanier who works in Silicon Valley, and he basically says you should not use social media as much or get off of it because, I don't know, it's kind of like damaging our society, which I very much understand what he's saying. I know YouTube does count as a social media, but I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as the others. At the end of the day, it depends what you use it for, really. If you use it for good, then that's good. But I think there's a massive toxicity around social media, and I just don't think that negative voices, just for the sake of being negative, really should be present on the internet. It's one of those things like, where do you draw the line between criticism and negativity? It's quite a difficult one. It's when in the comment section of a YouTube video there's like a battle between people and, name calling and stuff like that. That's just not acceptable. I can understand criticism. Obviously, it happens. People write it in the newspaper of films. Criticism's fine. And Dalek Apocalypse retracted his comment. It's a shame. I was going to read that. Don't use Instagram. More of a Twitter person. I got rid of Twitter as well. Well, I got rid of them all because I just didn't feel like it was doing me any good. But I think maybe in a week or so, I think I'll probably start up a couple again and just use it to promote my YouTube videos because it's funny, you add people on Facebook and you just don't really care. It's just like having that number to add to your collection of numbers, and it just doesn't really mean anything. Short to the point, the slat section mold permanently changed after they had made the Toys R Us Renegade Dalek. That really confuses me because when you have a mold, you take a mold of an existing thing, and then you have the mold, which is a separate thing. So surely they would have cast up a master copy and then added the mesh to the master copy and then made a mold of that master copy to get a new one. So where was the original mold? You see where I'm going with this? It's quite bizarre. I don't know. I'd like to be taught. I'd like someone from Character Options to actually tell me what the actual issue was, because I'm very interested to know. But still, they should put a bit of money into the sets. It's kind of annoying when they don't. Okay, what was I on? All right, social media. We talked about that enough. I'll probably cover that in another video, more in depth. But there's plenty of videos which you can watch on YouTube for why people quit social media. Like I said, I'm not encouraging you guys to quit. I'm just encouraging you guys to, I don't know, just listen to the other side of the fence, because that's the only way we're going to progress as a society. Like when it comes to politics, I do subscribe to a certain political party, but I will hear out the other side, because I think it's very important that we don't cancel each other out, because it just leads to very harsh divides, and I'm not an advocate of harsh divides. The original mod was destroyed. It's one of those things like, well, how could they not predict that they were going to re-release the Imperials again? But I mean, I guess they released it twice already, so maybe there is a reason. I don't know. Oh yeah, I've been teasing you guys with that thumbnail because of the Dalek Emperor. Let's just get onto it, shall we? I'll just show it off now, because I'm probably not going to make a video on it. This is the version 2 of my Evil of the Daleks Emperor. You'll see in the title cards to my video, the original looks pretty terrible. The shadows aren't making this guy look very good. They're making him look very wonky. But this one's a hell of a lot better than my old one. Sculpted an entirely new head and added the bits on top, the nubs. But yeah, I'll do a more in-depth video at a later date, probably. The paint chipped off the bottom, which was very annoying, but is what it is. Oh, hello, Mr. Top Hat 93. And thank you, 3Dan. I do really appreciate that. He is quite skinny, isn't he? I don't know, because like the original prop is kind of a bit shorter and a little bit stumpier, I guess. But I made this from plans which were on the internet years ago, and I think I did a better job than a certain other person who made it from scratch. Not to knock his work, but it didn't really look that smooth, did it? Oh, the police are going to come for me for saying that. Anyway, it's constructive criticism. But thank you. Where was I? Sorry, I do get a little bit sidetracked. So my ideas for a new channel were more of a personal thing, like a vlog kind of channel, because I tried doing a vlog on this channel. I did enjoy it, but I don't know. I kind of want to make a channel more about me and my life as opposed to Doctor Who, because obviously this channel's doing pretty well and I like Doctor Who, but there's an entirely different side to me which I don't really put on YouTube. I did on my old channel, on the 7th Notch channel. I did quite a lot of vlogging videos, but I just don't feel like this channel has really got to know me very well. So it'll be a case of I plug the channel like at the end of the videos and say, if you want to know more about me, then check out my vlog channel, something like that. But when it comes to vlogs, it's really difficult to think of ideas. Am I on about Captain Jimmy Pies? If so, can agree with me. I'm sure even Jimmy would agree, because I think he actually bought one of Nathan and Edward Felix's Emperors, because they're really good, the 3D printed ones. But to be honest, to give Jimmy the credit, he scratch built everything, which, trust me, I know how difficult that is. It's so difficult. So mad props to him for actually scratch building the thing, because I know how goddamn difficult it was. And I actually showed him pictures of this. And I think I can't remember whether he showed me pictures of his before I publicly released them. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, I would kind of like to get one of the 3D printed ones at some point, just because it does look very nice. But I do like mine because it looks more like a prop as opposed to a slick 3D printed one, if you get what I mean. Because if you compare the Destiny Dalek action figures, the Daleks you see on screen, obviously like the paint's coming off, there's cracks and just it. The Destiny props are battered and beaten basically, but the character options one is slick, so you get what I mean. Oh, nice to have you, Matthew. I will see you later when you watch the next live stream. But right, so I'm really good at not knowing what I'm doing. So Patreon has been paused because it's Mana. Hello, Mana. How you doing? The Patreon's been paused because I just didn't really see that much of a point, because it had been up for about 3 months and it had only got support from somebody I know, and I thought I don't really have much to give in terms of the Patreon thing, because it got to a point where I kind of forgot to upload the videos 24 hours early, and I was thinking I'm gonna do this every time I upload a video, so it's just a stress which I just could do without at the moment, to be honest. Uh, but yeah, that's that. But I think maybe if the channel grows, then maybe I'll start it up again. But it's annoying now I have to pause it, because figure adventures are quite expensive to make, but it is what it is. Okay, upcoming video ideas. We'll just very quickly go over this, because someone outside, and I'm quite scared. That made me really nervous, and I'm just going to talk to the microphone like this. Oh yes, but that's where I recognize your name from. You bought one of mine, because you did a really good job on that. I like that. It's one of those things. I'm aware that it's not 100%, but just like Jimmy Pie, we scratch made it with our hands, and I'm sure he had cuts all over his hands like I did, because it's a hell of a job. Mine's the modern. I'll settle with that. If you can have a comparison, then that's cool. I do appreciate that. Where was I going? So upcoming video ideas which I've had, which might not come to fruition, might come to fruition, who knows. The B&M video did very well, so I will capitalize on that, by which I mean the B&M set ideas. I wanted to make a follow-up. I was wanting to make it maybe like a monthly thing. I mean, maybe a bit of a crazy idea, but we've got 8 viewers. That's really good, actually. So I was wanting to do a part 2. Not thought of any ideas for the sets yet, but it is what it is. It's funny, because I remember when I posted that, people questioned why I put a jacketless Matt Smith on there, and it's like, well, that's probably my most wanted figure ever, is a jacketless blue shirted Matt Smith. But don't ask me why. I just really want one. A 3.75 inch action figure, Doctor Who retrospective. I think that would be quite a good one to do, just to go into what happened. I'd like to get maybe some backstory, or maybe whether the character options have ever commented on it. Maybe dig that up. Oh, it's Raoul. How are you doing? I've not seen you in a while. I'm not on Instagram anymore, so I've not really been up to date with you. So I do apologize. But yeah, how are you doing? You have to let me know via Messenger what's going on. Just in general, because it'd be cool to catch up. So top and bottom 10 action figures by character options. Maybe doing a bottom 10 will get me kicked off the PR list, but we can try, guys. No, I don't want to. Please don't, because I like hearing about things before other people. It's cool. But yeah, because they've done some stunning figures, like the Brigadier, the second and first Doctors. They are brilliant figures, and like even the Ryan figure, which came out in the B&M set, is fantastic. But they've also done some right stinkers, like the Imperial Dalek, which is going to come out. That's certainly going to go on the list. You are on the list. Isn't that Chris Jericho or something? I don't know. Or is it The Rock? Or is it... No, it's Steve Austin. I don't know. I'm surprised 8 people have stuck around, to be honest. Now, that's a cue for everyone to go. I'm joking. Please stay. I have no friends. Okay, so the big one that I wanted to touch upon was... Keep talking. I shall. Was podcast. I wanted to start up doing a podcast. I don't really know what's going to happen with that. because the original plan when me and Lewis started the channel was for us two to do it, and we did about 3, and then we both kind of lost interest. And I kind of would like to go back to the roots of the channel a little bit, with special guests, things like that. I'm thinking of asking Vote Saxon07 if he wanted to do a guest appearance. That would be quite cool, because he seems like a really cool guy, and he seems like he'd do something like that. You know, he just seems dead normal. I know everyone in the world is normal, but you know what I mean. Billy Garrett John would be a cool one to have, because I remember he put on Twitter that he would be interested in joining people's podcasts. So maybe there's that. If any of you guys watching want to be in a podcast, we can work something out where we just chat shit. It doesn't really matter what we talk about. It would have been easier to get higher profile users if you kept my own. Yes. I know, because Billy was subscribed to my old channel. I remember that. But I shut down my old channel because it had an words. It had an identity crisis, and the Slipknot thing just kind of took over, and I wasn't happy. So that's why I shut that one down. Listen to loads of Classic Who podcasts at work. So another one we do. Yes. Something else to add to your list. We actually did set up like Anchor FM, where it distributes your podcast to all the platforms. So there are a couple of the episodes are actually out there if you type in Monoscreen Podcast. There's the original ones, but yeah, I don't know. They're kind of difficult to listen to because we didn't really know what we were doing. B&M set idea. Enemies of the Seventh Doctor set Tetrap, Destroyer, and Hemivore. Do you really think character options are going to do that? It's one of those things like, if we demand new sculpts enough, then maybe they will give us new sculpts. But I can't see them making an entirely new figure. Have they made when was the last time they made an entirely, by which I mean completely scratch built? When was the last one that they made? I want you guys to answer that right now. The last completely brand new, apart from the Recon Dalek, because I just realized that existed. Forget the Recon Dalek. When was the last monster figure that was brand new? Well, I want to see the Candyman, but there's no way we're going to get that because of the what's it called? The Sherbet company that tried to sue Doctor Who or whatever for the Licorice All Sorts Man. That's it. That was really cool. Guys, I'm getting tired now. My voice is hurting. How am I going to do a podcast if my voice is going to hurt? But it'd be one. I'd like to do it weekly. The podcast, just something to look forward to on a weekend, like maybe like a Saturday night on I don't know, like 9:30 or something like that. Although unlikely, I would personally love to see a re-release of the Mechanoids. Yeah, I would, but I'd like to see them with the same color that they put on the Chase Daleks, because that they use the same paint. They're like a metallic grey blue. Yes, I do need to talk. Keep practicing talking. I know that. I haven't withheld a full day of talking for years, I think. The fact that they don't make any new sculpts is what puts you off getting 3.75-inch stuff. I'd love if they do something like the Star Wars Black Series line. The thing is with the Black Series and Star Wars is a popular enough franchise to do both the scales, because you got your 3.75-inch ones which go with your vintage ones because of the same scale. And then you got your 6 inches as your collector's line. Now, Character tried to do that, but what they failed to realize is that Doctor Who is a shelf warmer, it's a peg warmer, regardless. The only time Doctor Who has really flown off the shelves, I want to say the Tennant era, but I mean, think about it. Like Mickey Smith, the Werewolf, Lilith, they were all peg warmers because they just made figures of things that people weren't really that interested in. So Doctor Who gets less popular with Capaldi, by which I mean with the general audience, not the fans, because I think the majority of us love Capaldi. But obviously, if you have a small Capaldi and a big Capaldi on the shelf, you're going to struggle to sell both of them because the quality of the show just isn't as consistent as it has been in the past. So it just comes down to whether the show's good or not. I think I've been rewatching series 11 and going to be on series 12 soon. I've actually enjoyed it a lot more, but I can understand there isn't really like a marketing appeal to those when it comes to merchandise because there isn't really anything memorable enough to make an action figure of. It's like imagine making an action figure of Yaz's grandma as a young woman. Like, is anybody really going to buy that? Um, I don't think anybody would. Would anyone buy an action figure of, is it Jack Robertson or whatever he's called, the American guy? I mean, I would buy it because I actually quite like that character, but I don't think the majority of people would. So, yeah, you'd love to be in a podcast. Send me an email, aussiedemon@gmail.com, and we'll sort something out. Because I've just wanted to do it for years, but I've just never quite done it. But the thing is, I want it to be an amazingly produced podcast, as in that's what's been putting me off. I want to do it so I have a cool background, and the person who I'm doing the podcast with has a decent background too. It's a decent camera and mic quality because there's nothing worse than watching something where the quality is really up and down. It's really difficult to get engaged. So I want to do something that's professional. Unfortunately, my computer doesn't live stream from like XSplit or any other of the is it third party streaming softwares, which you can obviously design the layout. But it's only my laptop which does that, and obviously my laptop has a very low CPU because obviously it's a laptop. So, wow, what's wrong with my mic setup? Probably a lot. I don't have a pop filter. This is just a Beatles rock band microphone. I need to get myself a gamer chair, get myself some headphones, and get myself a proper mic. And I'll be like, "Hey, I'm a gamer." A link to what? Are we talking about? My email? I'll just type in I'll just type it in the chat. For anyone else watching, if you have any questions, queries, general chat, or you want to do the podcast stuff, then drop me an email because I'm very responsive when it comes to emails. Have you ever heard my videos back? Ones that aren't these, I know are good quality because I use a Rode microphone. I mean, there's a reason why this sound quality isn't that good because I don't tend to do live streams that much. But when I do a podcast eventually, I'll get a better microphone. So I think we've kind of covered everything. I don't want to go. I don't want to go because I'm David Tennant. And that's what the Patreon would be for, to be honest. As in, if I got supporters, then I could like pay for new equipment. But since I don't really earn that much money, I can't get the stuff I need. So it's kind of a catch-22, if that's the right term. But yeah, I think we've rambled on for quite a long time, guys. I think. Wait, did I say no? Another video idea is a top 26 Dalek designs. I've written a list, and I had to get all my action figures on the floor just to put them in order. You can see there's a couple missing because I'm a very visual kind of person when I'm working with stuff. It's like when I was writing a script one time, I like wrote down all my ideas, I cut them out and stuck them on a just put them in order on a table. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about, but it's okay. And we just got 2 new people in while I'm right. Okay, guys, this is not a lie. 10 people is the most amount of people I have ever had on a live stream. I thank you very much for that. It's kind of a shame though because we're going to wrap it up. But the new channel is going to be like a secondary vlog channel. It's not really going to be to do with Doctor Who. It's just going to be personal, not too personal, but more a day in my life kind of stuff, just to keep me busy because I hate my own company. So on that note, thank you very much for watching, guys, and hopefully I can see you guys soon, and hopefully we can get the podcast running up as soon as possible. Oh shit, yes, that's a point. There was one thing I needed to say before I sign off. Don't leave, guys. The Ultimate Monsters card card giveaway. My fault completely. I didn't give you guys a deadline for the competition, and I was going to do a separate video saying giveaway. So that kind of fell through. I think I'm just gonna hold that thing back, the competition, and start it up again when I've actually managed it properly. So look out for that, guys, because only 3 people entered and there was about 100 views. I was expecting at least about 10 entries, but it's all right, guys. I completely understand because my bad management. Would you like to see Morbius return? Well, I just like Time Lords to return properly and not have Chibnall kill them off for absolutely no reason. That would be quite nice. We're going extinct again. Yes, I think we are. So thank you very much, guys, and I will see you hopefully on the podcast or something. Who knows? Goodbye. No, I don't hate Morbius. Morbius is cool.